My name is Bernat Carbon, and I have something extremely important to share with you today. Now, before I share with you exactly what I need to share with you today that's so important, this also is important too, that you claim all the taxes that you ever paid to the government, okay, the U.S. government, so-called government. Okay, I'm going to say that again. This is not what this video is about, but this is important too, that you claim all your tax dollars. They owe you that. I have all the information on that, how to fill out the paperwork, and you file it with the U.S. tax court, okay? And get back all that you paid over the years, all right? Now let's get into what I need to share with you right now. If you are an American citizen, whether you were born in the U.S. or you are a naturalized citizen, you need to claim your securities. What do I mean by securities? That's your birth certificate or your naturalization certificate. These are securities that are being traded on the market every single day. The international market, as long as you're alive, is being traded, making the government millions, billions, trillions of dollars from the time you were born or from the time you were naturalized. And it's very, very important now that you claim those securities, because attached to those securities is a bank account with the bank account number, which is your social security number. Yes, it's located at one of 12 Federal Reserve banks in the U.S. So I'm going to share with you in a little bit how you find out where your bank is located. And also there's a way to find out how much your account is worth. You would need a QSIP number. But anyway, this is one of the most, it's the most horrible scam perpetrated on the American people.
Very important. Somebody asked me a question, right? Listen, they said, what's the worst thing you feel as though America did to the people? Man, I had to pull aside the road to do this video. The biggest thing, and I've talked about this before, is the straw man. The straw man is the biggest scam that ever hit the world. You understand me? And if you don't know what a straw man is, I'm finna break it down to you. That's the biggest scam they ever did. Now listen, if you go and look at any piece of mail that you got in the mail, it's gonna have your name with all capital letters. Look at your driver's license, your insurance, it don't matter. What is that? When your mother, and don't go beat your mama up, because they didn't know. They got tricked too. But when your mother and father, your parents, which they consider a pair that rents, when your parents signed the birth certificate and did the application, they basically created a company with your name on it in all capital letters and signed you over to the state. I'm talking about all by them not even knowing. And trust me, you're still held accountable just because you don't know or just because you're ignorant to what's going on. This is the bullshit that these motherfuckers pull. And the crazy thing about it is, this goes for white folks too. That's why I say don't get so caught up in this color thing, because they keep us on a lower vibration fighting against each other when we all got one common enemy. Now listen, when your mother did that, they basically handed you over to and gave all rights to the state. I told y'all, the United States of America is just a corporation. It's just like McDonald's, it's just like Burger King, it's just a corporation. When what a corporation gotta have, a president, vice president, and all that bullshit, but they fooled us thinking, making us think that, oh, this is the entity that governs. No, this is some bullshit. Now listen, all this came about in 1933, okay? When they were so-called bankrupt. So what they did is they enslaved us, as far as the people who were born here in America, and made us basically collateral. This is how you get on the stock market, okay? And like I say, this is done by you not even knowing. See, listen, the real physical you is the first letter capital and the rest of the letters in your name lowercase. All capital letters of your name is the business you. This is how they tricked us, okay? And I'm trying to explain to y'all, this is the biggest motherfucking scam that ever hit. And I know a lot of y'all probably never heard of a straw man. Do your research. This has been going on since 1933. And a lot, like I say, our parents didn't know what they was doing when they signed the birth certificate and did the application. Go look up what the word straw man is and what it is. It's the business fictitious of you. And this is in all caps. Like I say, go grab any piece of mail came in the mail. Your name gonna be in all caps. And like I say, I had to pull over side the road to do this video. Now, if you been tricked by that, imagine all the other shit you don't know about.
Some of you probably heard about it, but most of you never heard about this, that you have a bank account filled with millions of dollars in credit and billions of dollars in credit, and you don't know about it. You're probably struggling. All of your debts are prepaid. This started way back in 1933. The laws have not changed. The lawyers will tell you, oh, some of those laws have been repealed and it's not the same. No, they're lying to you. They'll do anything in their power to keep this a secret. They have said that people were jailed because they tried to claim their account. No, you cannot be jailed for trying to claim your account. This is law. It's actually unlawful for you not to claim your account. And they don't want you to know that. Okay? So, for instance, all your public debts, like your student loans, your credit card debts, your child support debts, your car notes, your mortgages, IRS debts, bank loans, all of these things are considered to be public debts, and they are prepaid via this account. You're not supposed to be making monthly payments on any of these, but they don't want you to know that. And you're supposed to claim your account at the age of 18. They don't want you to know that. And again, this has been out there, and it's the truth hidden in plain sight. And most people think it's not real, it's fraudulent, but it's 100% real. Okay? So claim your account, and you can't discharge anything unless you claim your account. And this is just for discharging debt. This is not to buy cars and all of that. No, discharging debt. You talk about reparations. This is your reparations. Ain't nobody gonna give you reparations. What reparations? You have to do that yourself. And again, time is running out. Biden talking about what, forgiveness on your student loans. He can't forgive your student loan. That's gonna come due when they do whatever reset. No, you wanna discharge your debts. You wanna clear your account. Make sure your account is zeroed out. And also file some recoupment, because I'm sure some of you have some promissory notes from houses. You got to make sure you claim your securities. It's a must. Also, it's unlawful for you not to do that. But they don't want you to know that you're living an unlawful life, you know. So discharge your debts, and let me share with you how you find out, you know, where your account is, and give you more information on this. So let's get this done. Now, I'm going to show you right now how to find out which Federal Reserve Bank houses your master account. Now, with that being said, let me just show you the 12 Federal Reserve Banks of the United States Corporation. Yes, it's true, the United States is not a country. Some of you might not know that, but it's not a country. It's a corporation just like Amazon, FedEx, McDonald's, and so forth. Now, on the back of your Social Security card, there is a letter followed by 8 numbers in red font. Okay, now I'm showing you an example right here. This is the front of the card, this is the back. You can pull out your card and you can see what I'm talking about. Red letters and 8 number, 1 red letter and 8 red numbers. This one is F, and this one, let me move further down. Here's another sample. Front, back, this one starts with the letter D, followed by 8 digits. The F stands for, that would be the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta, and the D would be the Federal Reserve Bank of Cleveland. Okay? And those numbers that are followed by that letter, that actually is your master account routing number. Your master account, your CCKV trust, your strawman, your private trust account is mainly known as your master account routing number, and that must be claimed and established in order to use the account to, discharge your debts. Whether you want to do it monthly, annually, the choice is yours. But of course, like I keep saying, they don't want you to know that. So here's how you figure out which Federal Reserve Bank houses your account. Now this is my old Social Security card, and you can see on the back right here, and this is redacted for privacy purposes. You can see the E right here, that's for Richmond. Let's take a look right here. You see all 12 of them, 1 to 12 in yellow, and each one stands for a letter. Okay, so that's Boston is A, New York B, and so forth. So mine says E, and E would be Richmond, Virginia. Okay, that's pretty much it. You look through this, look at the back of your social. And here's the other thing. Now, if your Social Security card does not have red letters and numbers on the back, that means that your card is old. You can get a new one. You can fill out an SS-5 form online, or you can call the Social Security Administration. Usually they give you a new one once your card is lost. And you are allowed 10 Social Security cards during your lifetime. Once you have claimed your securities and established your trust, you can discharge debt. You can use the coupon at the bottom of your billing statements to discharge your debts using your private trust bank account. Well, that's what I do now is, using the coupons, because that works. Again, you can discharge with the coupon. You're not supposed to be sending your hard-earned Federal Reserve notes to these companies, because they're supposed to send you a true bill, not a billing statement with a coupon. That coupon is actually a money order / a check. Look at the bottom of your coupon. All of your bills, let's say your utility bill, your credit card, your student loans, your auto loans. Usually you will find a coupon at the bottom and they tell you send it in with payment. Your payment is your signature, okay? Once you sign that little coupon at the bottom there, you can tear it off. That becomes quote money, credit, because of your signature, and those funds are, it's already prepaid when they send you that billing statement. Okay, it's already prepaid. You're just accepting it for value. And there are people who would say, oh, that doesn't work. It does work. You've done something wrong why it's not working. It does work. See, most likely something in your status change process is missing. Again, most likely that's what it is, because I went through that myself. Filing UCC1 does not change your status. The UCC1 filing is simply just you putting it out there on the public record, a notice of your status change. But it does involve a process, things that has to be done, a lot of mailings. You have to mail out a lot of paperwork. So again, it is not just filing a UCC1. Okay, so now let's take a look at this water bill from Aqua PA. Now it says here, this is the bottom portion. This is a coupon. Well, actually, it's more than a coupon. It says here, return this portion with your payment. Payment is actually your signature. This doesn't mean that you send in this portion with your Federal Reserve notes like a check or a money order. The check or the money order is actually this here. This what we call a coupon. You notice you tear it off and you send it with with a check or a money order. Okay, but actually that's not how you're supposed to pay your bills. Well, that's once you claim your securities, you claim your account and establish your trust. You have these series of numbers. It's a long set of numbers here. Doesn't this look like a check or a money order to you? I mean, I know I've written all over it, but this is how you make your check payable to Aqua PA. So pay to the order of Aqua PA 100 and 46 cents, $100.46. And you write that in over here, and you have your all rights reserved without recourse, and you sign your name. This is the money right here, the quote money, your signature. Okay, so you have to be careful where you sign. Anything you sign, contracts, your car notes, your mortgages, anything you put your signature on, you are creating, quote, money. Because that document, even when you fill out the credit card application, the application itself, you sign that, whether you e-sign it or whatever, they take that and they trade it on the market and make a lot of funds, and you don't get a cent. Instead, you have to be paying them monthly, and they're making all of this off of you. You become pretty much like cattle. I mean, it's insane, but this is what is happening. It's a billing statement. This is not a true bill. This is showing you that this has already been paid. So you're making your check, this check right here, payable to Aqua PA. You don't even have to write the word money order like people do, a check at the top. This is what it is. Look at the numbers below. That you just have to write this, you know, you make it payable, and then again you sign this signature is worth gold, because once you sign here and you have your trust EIN here, you have your social right there. Put that in parentheses because this number replaces the social once you establish your trust. So, and you put your little UCC codes here, all of that stuff there. So you send this in, but you're not going to send this into the company. You have to send it to a specific agency, and I will share that with you. Now here is the back of that same, right here, this check. In our membership site, you will learn how to endorse the back of the billing statement, where to send it, and so forth. Now, after having my electricity and water shut off several times, just trying to figure this out a few years ago, I finally figured it out. I didn't know my status change process was incomplete. Man, I hate the thought of being sold daily on the market. It sucks.
You have been sold. You were sold at birth. How does that feel? Getting the warm and fuzzies? Feeling the love? And if you're having a hard time paying your bills, think about what your government has done to you. Now, I say there have been those who've tried to fight this on an individual basis and they got just rolled over. But they won't be able to do it if we get a class action lawsuit going. And we can, in fact, sue for fraud. We first bring the first lawsuit against the Federal Reserve for fraudulent business practices and lending. We demand to see the books and we demand to see the interest that each of us are owed since they sold us.
Peace. Peace, peace, and love, y'all. Listen, come to the conclusion, that we can do this little thing it's called accepted for value, you know, because the country is in debt. And then the laws that say you cannot pay debt with debt. So the moment you send in your Federal Reserve notes to whatever company it is you sending it to, you waiving your fucking rights, man. You don't have to waive the rights. Accept the shit for value, discharge it, and discharge it to the Federal Reserve Bank. And with your bond, your birth certificate bond, is located. A lot of people say you can't do this. Well, my friend, I'm here to tell you otherwise. I did it and it works. You discharge your debt with debt. You don't use your hard-earned money. You don't at all. You get what I'm saying? You don't. These are statements and bills. There's nobody in the United States that has money. Currency is gone. Silver and gold is no longer here. Discharge the shit. Accept it for value and discharge it. Make your bill into a money order. Because once they send you the dollar amount, there you go. Send that shit in, man. You make it into a money order, and you are the authorized representative. because you are sending that fucking bill straight to the Federal Reserve Bank. Whatever your Federal Reserve Bank is, it's the number in front of the numbers. It's the letter in front of the numbers on the back of your Social Security card. It's 12 districts. Just letting them know you don't have any money. How can you pay if you don't have any money? We don't have no money. I don't care if you got $1 billion. You don't have any money. It's all what you perceive, man. Send that shit in. Let that Federal Reserve Bank deal with that shit, because that's where your bond is located. Your bond is worth millions. Because when you were born, your mother signed a birth certificate. You need two parties to sign. If your mother's the only one who signed, or your father, they're the only one who signed, you are the beneficiary of that bond. You have all legal rights to it. They don't want to tell you this. Your bond is being traded in fucking stock right now, man. You're a piece of cattle. Get that shit out the way. It's real, folks. Stop being a slave. Technically, if you haven't claimed your nationality, you still are a slave under the 14th Amendment. You are a piece of property. Our people don't like to read. They just think they know the laws. By being a citizen, you are supposed to know the laws. But when you read that shit, just in one sentence alone, you don't know what 4 or 5 words mean. Stop using a Webster's dictionary. Get you a Black Laws dictionary. Bills, especially the IRS. Fuck them. They're the biggest criminals that you could ever find. Stop paying your debt with your hard-earned Federal Reserve notes. You earn that. You can spend it on whatever you like. But don't pay no bills with it. The fuck? It's a debt. It's a debt instrument.
Now, those of you who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Now, we owe it to our children to claim our securities and to teach them to do the same at the age of 18 years old. You see, once you claim your securities, part of the process is to claim your children that are under the age of 18. You see, we as mothers, when we signed that birth certificate, we had no idea that we were turning our children over to the U.S. government, and they do own our children, and we don't even know that. So again, once you claim your securities and they're underage, you then, claim your children back from the U.S. government, and you own them after that. Okay? And by the way, this is a picture of my youngest son looking at his birth certificate years ago. And I did apologize to my 3 sons, letting them know that I didn't know when I signed the birth certificate that I was signing them over to the U.S. government. Now I'm going to share with you, who your true enemies are. And, the ones who created the straw man and have enslaved the people. And I'm going to just share with you a clip from Jeff at stopthepirates.blogspot.com regarding the enemy and how the trust came to be.
All right. Hey, everyone. Jeff here at stopthepirates.blogspot.com. The Vatican and your birth certificate. The Roman Catholic Church has a long history of tyranny and oppression. Because of the desire to control through their inquisitions, they decided they would create the first express trust called Unum Sanctum, which was written on a papal bull and placed in their vault. It says that all souls in the world belong to the Roman Catholic Church, and they do because no one has challenged their claim. Same as we're living in today. No one's ever challenged them. Your birth certificate is the title to your soul, and that they own in their registries. They have registered you, and that is the title to your soul. The Inquisition began because many people were waking up to the tyranny and oppression of the Roman Catholic Church in the early 1300s, same as what's happening today. The Roman Catholic Church killed these people due to their need to control humanity. 200 years later, during the Renaissance, the Hermetica was written, which is where the Bible draws all of its inspiration from. This knowledge was also suppressed by the Roman Catholic Church. Elite families control the Vatican and the corporation, which is the incorporation of the Apostle Peter. In 325 AD, the Emperor Constantine the Great made a donation to his Pope Sylvester saying, St. Peter is the apostle of Jesus. of whom Jesus gave the kingdom of earth to. They said, well, Jesus is in charge, but since he's not here right now, we're going to run things. Therefore, we are going to claim taxes. We pay taxes to Rome, the Khazarian and Venetian black nobility, elite families, based on their fictional document from Constantine. Because of the decree written by Pope Nicholas V in 1455, the Roman Catholic Church owns everything. So they did. They looked around and said, there's no one else to fight. We own everything. And therefore, you owe us tax. Even what you think you might own as your car, your house, your pair of shoes you're wearing belong to the Roman Catholic Church and their twisted minds. We thank Pope Gregory. We can thank Pope Gregory for the current Gregorian calendar, which has rearranged the previous Julian calendar to match the pagan holidays that the Roman Catholic Church claims as Christian holidays. The Gregorian calendar also conveniently has a correlation with the Mayan calendar. They only control a persona, not the living, breathing, flesh and blood man or woman. Now, this is where it gets interesting because there's this company just recently called Moderna, which is a kind of an acronym for modified RNA. And this is when they inject this into you, it goes into your cells and alters your DNA. So you become like a genetically modified organism, which based on that, before they couldn't patent the DNA, but now since they've rearranged it using their technology, they can patent it, and then they can basically own you. When someone patents something, then they're the owner of it. So they will own your body, and based on that, they will tell you what you can do and can't do with it. They have absconded with nearly all of your, I know it sounds crazy, they absconded with nearly all of your rights from the moment you are born to the moment you transit this frequency. They only acknowledge the mother as she signs the Schedule 1 of the birth certificate, the upper and lower case, i.e. John Smith, upper and lower. He is registered in birth, deaths, and marriages, which is the state. They declare the baby dead and appoint the parents, guardians, and administrators of the estate until the child reaches maturity. And at this point, when you turn 18, you should go back and say, hey, I'm not dead, I'm alive, and give me my estate back by filing a UCC-1 financing statement and a affidavit of truth and some other things. But there is a remedy there to take back your estate. So they don't control it in Congress, which is all they're doing. They're controlling your estate. But you don't know they're doing that because you have no awareness of it. It's your name in all capital letters. The parents have 30, 60 days to declare the child lives. Otherwise, the courts take over as administrator, and you have to study trustee law to basically get into how all that works. The state takes out a loan against you, which is what they want you to pay taxes to pay off. Isn't that amazing? I mean, they have a never-ending, it's just a total Ponzi scheme, a never-ending supply of debt slaves that just keep getting crops born every year, die off, born. And I think now they're to the point they don't need this many debt slaves on the plantation because now we're just using resources. Being now among the living dead, you have in all capital letters, driver's license, passport, credit card, bank card. Get them out, check it out. It's not you, it's an artificial entity called a strawman. You'll have money being administered by the state, which runs into the millions. And the only way they can access that is through legal aid. Hence all of the fines, which are artificial, they create to fleece you. I mean, just like in the story, The Wizard of Oz, they tell you what's going on there. You have a tin man, which represents your tax identification number. You have a straw man, which represents the all capital letters artificial person looking to live in the cowardly lion who has to become educated and fight the system to regain his rights. And that's what you have to do.
And also, if we don't talk about our history and remind ourselves that freedom isn't free, we'll forget our history and how our country came to be. Now join the Back to Natural Living Patreon membership as I expose the controversies, the lies, the evil of the enemy. Discover the truth, solutions, remedies that have been hidden in plain sight from us all. It's time to go back to nature, know your God self, and finally live the life that the Most High Creator intended for you to live on this planet. Join my family and I as we go back to natural living in all aspects of life. Freedom and prosperity is your birthright. Peace.